Friday. It's the 18th of the month of December 2015, and we thank you for being with us. This is Wayne Goldsboro Television. Ha!
Hi.
I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kate Daniels.
I got the right camera this time.
It's the end of the week, my friend.
I'm telling you, yes, it is the end of the week. Counting down today's the end of the year. It's what? I guess about 13 or so days left. It's the 18th. 18 and 13 is something.
You do the math.
Okay. You know, and I'm going to finish this off today. The trending, okay,
Yes.
Trending for 2016. Somebody put together a list of trends for the coming year. And most of it covered technology, new technology.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's something. Number 8, internal sensors.
What does
Internal
that mean?
sensors would be sensors that measure well-being in our bodies. May become the new wearables. Wearables, things you wear like computer glasses and that sort of thing, which they really didn't go very far. But well-being in our bodies may become new wearables. 8 out of 10 people would like to use technology to enhance sensory perceptions and cognitive abilities such as vision, memory,
Wow.
and hearing. I can go with
Sure.
that. Yeah, I go with that. All right. Number 9, everything gets hacked. Most smartphone users believe hacking and viruses will continue to be an issue. I agree. As a positive side effect, however, 1 out of 5 people say they have greater trust in an organization that was hacked, but then solved that hacking problem. I can see what the thinking is there.
I can see what the thinking is, yeah.
I can see what the thinking is because they're thinking, well, they got hacked, so,
Right.
and then they got together and they said, well, we got to fix this, and then they fixed it. So they got to be safe now.
Right.
Look, nobody's safe.
Yeah, nobody's safe, and we've come so far.
We have.
We've come so far with putting in measures for businesses and companies, but it is scary.
It is scary. It's better than it used to be because there's some very smart people out there working on this. Of course, now what what has happened is a lot of these hackers. Now, and that's a misnomer too, because the word hackers doesn't mean a bad person. It just simply means somebody that does a lot with computers, who goes into the guts of the program and just does things. Now, the bad hackers, there's good hackers and bad hackers, kind of like cholesterol. Anyway, the HDL, no wait a minute, the LD, no, it's lousy. The lousy hackers are a lot of those folks will become hackers with the idea of thinking, well, if I break into this place and they find out who I am, they'll like me and they'll hire me to do security for them.
Oh,
And that actually happens.
angle, really?
Yeah, that actually happens.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, there's some twisted minds out there.
yes, there are.
Number 10 and the last one. Yay! Anyway, the last one. Consumers share more information than ever, and they believe it increases their influence on society. I don't get that. Anyway, why would they think that? Anyway, more than 1/3 believe blowing the whistle on a corrupt company online has greater impact than going to the police. That may be true
That may be true.
this day and time.
Yeah.
That may be true this day and time. Well, here's what we have a list, and now we don't.
And now we don't.
There you go. End of story.
Got through it.
We did. Happy everything. Coming up in February, February 8th is when the deadline on this. The city of Goldsboro will have their, along with Wayne County of Wayne, will be seeking nominations for 3 awards. 1 award goes to an individual, another goes to a business or industry, and then a third will go to a civic organization. Now, if you would like information about this, you need to talk to Letary Ward or contact her in some way to get information about the Human Relations Awards that will be awarded in February, Saturday, February 20th. And if you want information about this, you can talk to Letary or go to the Community Affairs Department online at Seymour at Be More, Do More, See More at goldsboronc.gov.
That's right.
goldsboronc.gov, and they will have on the Community Affairs Department webpage information about the Human Relations Awards and how you would nominate someone or a company or a civic organization. There you go.
Great opportunity.
Yes, indeed.
Great opportunity.
So what do you want to do now?
Well, I think we need to go to do some more of our show.
We're going to go do some more of our show. It's part 3 of the Ag Center discussion with the Regional Agriculture Committee.
Yes, some of you have been involved in some of our activities, and some of you might think that nothing's been going on since September when there was a meeting, but we have not been idle. This won't be new to many of you, but it's something that is essential to this project. As some of you know, we have been approached by a family, local family, with the offer of a significant lead gift. In response to this offer, the county is in consultations with this group to name the facility, the entire facility, in honor of their generosity after this family. As I said, this is in ongoing discussions, but we do expect a positive result here pretty soon. While this has been going on, I have been working on the structure of the campaign. we have had one committee put together with quite a few people involved in that. Once the naming discussions, are brought to conclusion, we want to be able to hit the ground running on this thing. You will find at your place this sheet. These will be the naming opportunities for the facility. The entire facility, like I say, we're in discussions with the family on that. The amount of that, will be reflected by this substantial gift that this family has offered. The auditorium will be somewhat based on that. The other opportunities are pretty well set. The lobby, this offers a wonderful opportunity for corporate or individual naming, and we're looking for a gift of $100,000 for naming that. The patio, and as Kristen said, this is going to be a very, very versatile location for a lot of things. You can have events out here in the breakout rooms or right along there. This will be very visible. This will be one of the primary entrance ways too. Definitely. So this will be, the visibility for this and the naming opportunity will be tremendous on that. The farmers market, and she showed you where that was going to be located. You can find that on your small one. This will also be one of the most visible opportunities in this year-round, and that'll be $50,000. The 4-H room, which is connected to the agricultural offices. That's and because this will be a big room, probably used more than the other breakout rooms. As an individual room for meetings, and certainly the 4-H, be used all the time. And then the 4 other meeting rooms. And hopefully this, after all the naming is done, we will probably be looking at something like, if all of these opportunities are utilized, we're probably looking at something around $1.5 million or 1.6 for that. And then we hope to be able to raise the $2 million from other individuals and foundations and businesses. There may be some future opportunities, but this will probably be up to this committee and the county about what to do about that, and you can see those down there. We have identified over 200 likely prospects to approach in the fundraising campaign. And these include businesses, foundations, individuals, and public entities also. We'll set the final goal for this. We're looking at $2 million, but we may, depending on how the upper levels of these naming opportunities go, we might bump that up just because the opportunities will be there. But we hope to really, after the first of the year, to really move fast in getting this money in for this, because I know that Bill is itching to break ground soon. So if we can have this part of the money in place and a lot of things that go along with the naming opportunities, we'll be in really good shape. I have a lot of confidence in my talking to people all over this county, to the farmers and the businesses. This thing has across the board support. I have not talked to, well, I've talked to only 2 people who just weren't totally, completely in favor of this thing. And, well, I'll just leave it at that. And I have probably talked to nearly 200 people individually, sitting down with them and talking to them. And the support for this regional agricultural and convention center is tremendous. And we hope that, particularly the agricultural community, there's a lot of support for this in the business community that some people might not think is there, but it is there. And we will be getting out and giving everybody an opportunity to buy ownership and determine in the way that this building turns out. And as you can see, it is going to be a fabulous facility. It will be a regional draw. There's just no doubt about it. With the flexibility, the versatility, and the size of it, it's going to be excellent. It's going to be really something. Yes, sir.
Are you reaching outside the county as well?
Yes, we will. Yeah, any individuals or businesses, particularly the businesses that do business here in Wayne County, will have the opportunity to invest in this. What we would like to do before we get into the really smaller ones, and that can be additional money, but we want to get this base money in to go with the money package as soon as we can, and we will be looking for not just these top echelon investors. We will be hoping to get from the agricultural community primarily a whole lot of sizable contributions, but not up in the $25,000 and $50,000 range. We're looking at their corporate or family grouping names like that. But we do hope to involve a lot of people at the at the $10,000, $15,000, $5,000 level. This is just on a personal note, is that I've been in Wayne County. I was here every day for 3 weeks in April and May, and then since July 6th, I've been here either 4 or 5 days a week, and I have enjoyed it every single day, and I have not been a project or in any of my professional career, which unfortunately a large part of it was in politics, and no offense to anybody else, but I have enjoyed being here every single day. I've just the people here are great, and in talking about the things that I talk about to people, which are just positive community things, the support is just tremendous. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful community here throughout this county, and I'm just really certainly proud to be a part of this facility and everything else, and I just really enjoy it.
Our guest now is from Crime Stoppers, Sergeant Paige Lerner, coordinator for Crime Stoppers. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
I'm glad you're here. Always great to have you in the studio with us.
Well, thank you.
We're fighting crime today, and the public can help fight that crime.
Yes.
Now, how do they do that?
Well, for one, they can pick up that phone and call Crime Stoppers when they know something, they see something, or they hear something.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'll take information concerning any crime in Wayne County or any crime anywhere. If it's another agency jurisdiction, I'll just pass that information on to that jurisdiction. But unfortunately, we are having a rash of robberies.
Really?
And we definitely want the public's help in this. And we got to, it's the season. and it's not uncommon for robberies to pick up during this time of the year. And as predicted, they have definitely picked up in the city limits, and we've had a share of them. But I want to talk about the one that happened on Monday night. Happened about 9:45 at the Family Dollar, the 1403 Wayne Memorial Drive Family Dollar. There were some clerks in there working, or some employees. It was about 9:45, and a black male came in the store and demanded money, and he had a handgun and threw a bag at them, demanding money. And after the encounter, he actually fled on foot. Don't have a whole lot to give to the public, but I can say he was a black male, light-skinned, wearing a black hoodie shirt with a hood over his head. He was wearing a mask, blue jeans, gloves, and black sneakers.
Wow.
He was carrying a tan bag. He threw it at the clerk. He took off on foot and headed north, which is towards the college, Wayne Community College. And we're looking for the public's help. You know, on Wayne Memorial Drive, 9:45 on a Monday night, that's still a busy time for Wayne
Yes.
Memorial
Yes,
Drive.
it
And
is.
we've got so much congestion right there now with Harris Teeter and, you know, all the businesses, McDonald's and all that going on. There's a lot of traffic there at that point in time. And
9:45 at night, this time of year especially.
yeah, very busy time.
Yeah, busy time of year. And so if someone has any information about this, they can call the numbers that are scrolling across the screen.
Right,
That's 919-735-2255,
right.
or text at 919-222-4230.
That's correct.
And this is considered a major crime. Is this a
Right,
felony?
right. This is definitely a felony. You
Was
know,
he
this
armed?
This is an armed robbery.
Okay,
And,
he was armed.
You know, we've had several of these. We've made some arrests in some of these cases. You know, and we still have some going on. But like I said, you know, it's to be predicted this time of the year. But we certainly want to stop it. You know,
Yeah.
as soon as possible. So we're hoping that somebody out there knows something or heard something, they'll give us a call.
Okay, no matter how small.
No matter
Yeah.
how small the information, they, you know, so often they think, you know, they just assume that maybe we have it, but they might have that one piece to the puzzle we need.
That one piece of the puzzle. Now, if you saw, it could be somebody that maybe saw a guy running across the parking lot
Right.
and getting into a car with your license number, huh?
Yeah, that would be great.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? But if not, any little bit of information.
Right.
Crime Stoppers, 919-735-2255 or 919-222-4230. Sergeant Paige Leonard is coordinator for Crime Stoppers here in Goldsboro and Wayne County. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And talking to us. How you doing?
Absolutely. I'm doing well.
Great. Now, how long have you been with the Highway Patrol?
I've been with the patrol for about a year and a half now.
About a year and a half. And where's home for you?
Home Swansboro out of Onslow County.
So have you spent your whole time here in Wayne County?
Yes, sir, I have.
With Troop C.
Yes, sir.
All right. Trooper Hostensky, let me ask you, here it is, the holiday season, and people are going to be doing a lot of traveling, as
Yes,
they
sir.
always do this time of year. We want to remind people some of the things to look out for while they're out traveling on the highways. What are some of the things that we need to be aware of while we're traveling this holiday season?
Most of the things to be aware of, same thing as every other part of the year, except we just have a higher volume of traffic during this time of year with everybody traveling to go visit friends and family. So just be aware for people that are following too close, people unable to maintain their lane, whether they be tired or intoxicated.
Yeah.
Possibly.
All right, let me ask you, let me interrupt here. We'll take one at a time here.
Sure.
Driving defensively or driving too close, how do we judge how we're driving too close? Is there a rule of thumb that we need to follow?
There's two different rules of thumb you could do. One is 1 second per every 10 miles per hour. So if it's 50 miles an hour, you would be approximately 5 seconds behind the car in front of you.
5 seconds behind.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The other rule of thumb that people like to apply is 1 car length per
Okay.
every 10 miles per hour. So the same thing, 50 miles per hour would be approximately 5 car lengths behind the car in front of you.
All right, and something that has more or less become mainstream here the last several years is texting, telephoning.
Yes, sir.
All right, how important is that?
Distracted driving is a terrible thing. If your eyes aren't on the road, you don't have as much time to react. You're not seeing whether the vehicle in front of you slammed on brakes or something's in the roadway. You're not going to see it as fast, so you're not going to give yourself enough time to react to whatever issues ahead.
if you're driving 55 miles an hour or so on a state road or even on an interstate highway at 70 miles an hour, you're moving along pretty quickly, and it doesn't feel like you're covering that much area that fast.
Correct.
But you're covering a lot of area very quickly,
Yes, sir.
and your reaction time is not. People think, "Hey, man, I got it," but they don't have it, do they?
No,
It
sir.
can happen in an instant of a second.
Yes, sir.
So, distracted driving. If you're distracted while you're driving, that's extremely dangerous.
Yes, sir. It can be almost as bad as impaired driving.
And I've seen people not even using a cell phone, but distracted in other ways. I've seen them reading a newspaper while driving on a highway.
Yes.
And you've heard of this. I'm not joking about this. This is real. People actually do this. Read a book, read a newspaper, something like that while they're driving.
Yes, sir.
Now, books on tape would be one good way of doing it. Would you agree with that, or is that distracting?
Books on tape is similar to listening to the radio. Anything to keep your hands free and your eyes focused on the roadway ahead of you.
So while you're traveling, one car length ahead of you for every 10 miles per hour, or 1 second.
Yes, sir.
And that's on the highway, or is that on the street level as well?
You can apply that anywhere.
Okay. What about let's I'm going to change gears here and go to child safety seats.
Okay.
Is there a rule of thumb about how to, because there's so many different kinds and different manufacturers out there, how does someone know how to put the child safety seat in? Because that gets kind of complicated, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. Every manufacturer should come with a list of labels on the seat that would show pictures and diagrams of how to install. You can go to most of your fire departments. They should all be child safety seat technicians, or even check and call ahead at the sheriff's office, police department, or the highway patrol's office. Somebody there may be a trained child safety seat installer.
And they can help you.
Absolutely.
With that. They will actually help you install your child safety seat and show you how to do it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good news. All right, well, this highway season, will there be traffic checks out on the highways?
We'll have every available trooper working during this time of year.
And recently there was a click it or ticket campaign.
Yes, sir.
Is that still going on?
The campaign for Click It or Ticket is not currently going on. However, seatbelt enforcement is something that happens year-round.
That is year-round. Now, how do troopers see that someone is not wearing their seatbelt? I mean, that gets kind of tricky, doesn't it? And that's something that bothers me. I'm really curious about this.
It just takes time in being able to see, getting used to the visual indicators that I look for as a trooper may be different than another trooper.
Don't give away any secrets here.
No,
okay?
sir, I wouldn't want to,
No.
but it's just a matter of practice.
Yeah, but you can do it. I know you
Absolutely.
can. Yeah, and I've seen and heard of people actually getting ticketed for not wearing their seatbelts. And you should always wear your seatbelt when you're driving in a vehicle, and all your occupants in your vehicle should ride with their seatbelt on, because, like you, I have seen some horrible accidents where lives would have been saved had they been wearing a seatbelt.
Absolutely.
There's no question about it. Seatbelt saves lives. They save lives. So we'll always wear your seatbelt, because if you're driving on the highway and you're not wearing a seatbelt and you're involved in an accident, I mean, who's right and who's wrong here? If you're wearing your seatbelt, you can save your life. The alternative is not good. But and some people are really stubborn about this, aren't they?
Some are, yes, sir. Some view it as their right to decide, and in a way it is. However, it's a North Carolina statute, so it's ours to enforce.
But at the same time, you've got a family in the car.
Yes, sir.
Are you willing to put their lives at risk is the question.
I wouldn't be.
I wouldn't be either, and I'm not. So wear your seatbelt. What do you need to be looking for on the highway if you're driving out on the highway and you see a car acting erratically, or what do you do? Is it maybe he just dropped something?
If a behavior tends to happen just once, maybe it was a similar situation to what you mentioned. They dropped something, they leaned over to pick it up. If it's a maintained behavior of bad driving, whether it be an inability to maintain the speed limit or just a steady speed, speeding up, slowing down repeatedly, fair to maintain their lane control, whether they're veering over the center line, over the fog line to the right, something like that. Those are visual indicators that we look for as law enforcement to detect driving while impaired.
Yeah.
So if you see anything like that, you can call either 911 or straight to the Highway Patrol. You can dial star HP, which is also star 47.
star 47 or star HP on,
Yes,
your,
sir.
on your phone.
to report that type of
All right.
incident.
Now, if you do that, if you report an incident like that, does that caller end up having to go to court if it goes that far?
No, sir. We just what we ask is to try to stay behind the vehicle for as long as possible. Now, if you have to make a turn, you have to make a turn. We understand. But the longer that you can stay behind that vehicle and let us know an updated location or the current behavior, whether it's gotten worse or gotten less, that's always helpful to us in the long run.
Understanding that this person could be putting lives at risk,
Yes, sir.
and if someone's able to stay behind this person and report where they are and what's going on, then perhaps the patrol can get there faster and help out.
Yes, sir.
All right. Any idea? What are some of the misconceptions? Let me ask you about that. Some misconceptions that people may have about the highway patrol, or about just about safe driving out on the highway.
The biggest misconception I would say is that it can't happen to me. Train of thought.
Oh yeah.
Because it could happen to me. It could happen to you. Anybody at any given time is vulnerable to a collision on the highway.
That you know what? That is the biggest, and I'm sure probably the most important. That people just realize that it could happen to them.
Yes, sir.
All right. Trooper, thank you so much for being with us today. Trooper Adam Hostinsky, I appreciate it. North Carolina Highway Patrol Troop C here
Yes, sir.
in Wayne County. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And we're back on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Now you see, this gentleman who was just with us here talking about raising money for the new agriculture center, he's got lots of great ideas. And he is a guy that's pretty sharp as far as raising money for this type of major construction, this type of major facility. And he's a pretty sharp guy there, and I feel good about it. Yeah, this is going to be, this new agriculture convention center is going to be great for Wayne County and Goldsboro.
Absolutely.
And speaking of great things, 2 words. Pickle.
I thought you were going to say pickle drop.
Oh yeah, that too. Pickle drop. That's right. Well, I lost count and I didn't know where to go with that. Anyway, pickle drop. That's coming up on the 31st of the month of December, the last day of the month of the year. A pickle drop will be taking place in Mount Olive at the pickle capital of the world, Mount Olive, NC, USA, Earth. And that means that sometime around 7 p.m., that big old pickle is going to start dropping, and we'll actually end up into a vat of brine around 7 p.m. At 6:55, it begins to drop. And the reason it goes to 7 p.m. is so, well, there's a good reason for it.
There is a good reason.
It's midnight Greenwich time. Now, normally we celebrate New Year's at midnight, but gee, that's awful late, you know, and people got to go to work and stuff like that. So we celebrate at 7 p.m., which is midnight Greenwich time. So, head out to Mount Olive around, around 5 or 6 or so, and just have a good time, lots of festivities, thousands of people, one of the biggest events in North Carolina, taking place on the 31st of the month of December in Mount Olive, and you will absolutely have a ball. There's lots of food, including pickles, lots of food, lots of fun, entertainment, you just won't believe it. Anyway, lots of fun, and then at 7 p.m., that pickle will hit that barrel.
That's right.
That's right. It's going to be a lot of fun. Everybody's invited, and it doesn't cost anything. Just go and have a good time.
Go and have a good time, and you never know who will be there filming.
That's right.
We spoke about this the other week, that I was watching Good Morning America one morning a couple of years ago, and lo and behold, the broadcaster had in the background the actual pickle dropping in Mount Olive, North Carolina.
A national network.
A national network. So great things are going on in Wayne County. So kudos to Mount Olive Pickle and the many people behind the scenes.
Kudos. Yeah.
Kudos.
We're going to go.
We are going to go.
Unless you have something else?
I don't have anything.
Okay, well, it's Friday, and I hope you have a great weekend. And remember to please drive carefully, and please, for your family's sake, always wear your seatbelt, especially when you're inside the vehicle.
That's right.
And if you're going to go out and you're going to party, think and have a little common sense about it. You know, have a good time and party and all that, but if you feel like you may not even know it. If you're going to drink, just get a designated driver. Okay, just have a little common sense about it. Be careful. Think about your family. Simple as that. So we'll be back in here Monday morning. I got to go answer the phone now. We'll be back Monday morning. Hope you have a great weekend. Join us at 7 o'clock. We'll be right here and hope you're right there. So until then, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kate Daniels.
And this is Wayne Goldsboro Television.